Good evening. We are delighted and honored to be the recipients of tonight's Misfits, Malcontents, and Mystics. And we send our gratitude to Clint, to the donors of tonight's raffle items, and to you, my fellow Misfits, Malcontents, and Mystics, especially those who are coming up on the stage and telling their stories. I come to you tonight representing Heart of Taos, and I thank you for being here and for choosing to be part of the solution to the growing challenge of homelessness in Taos County. Although men are more visible, our homeless women and children are the fastest and largest growing segment of our community's homeless population. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Fortunately for us, two extraordinary women recognized a need and became that change. Amma Whiteout Khan and Catherine Herman came together with a dream, a lot of willpower and hard work, and of course money and more money to start Heart of Taos in January of 2016. Since commencing operations, more than 300 women and children have been assisted to exit or avoid homelessness. The need in Taos County is ever present. The following are some of their stories. I am Cynthia. I have lived many years in Taos as a medical professional with a successful career. I developed knee pain and ended up needing surgery. When I asked for time off to recuperate, I was laid off from my job. Soon in my life, the unthinkable occurred, a catastrophe. With the medical bills and the loss of my income, I was evicted from my home. I am now living in a van with my precious dog, Nosy. I am Lydia. I am a young mother who came to Taos to make a fresh start. But the best laid plans sometimes get lost, and I am now living in an old hatchback with my 6-year-old son, Tyler, and a Siamese cat named Hong Lee. We sleep in the car. We shower at a locker room in the local pool. Now, have you ever spent an hour in a car with a 6-year-old and a Siamese cat? A Siamese cat? I have been working at a convenience store while Tyler is in school and had managed to save enough money to rent a place. But my car was broken into and all my money stolen, along with my identification and Tyler's coat. The police tried to help us, but there were no leads. I feel like we have become invisible. We have become invisible. And I am Linda. My sweet husband, George, died suddenly of a massive heart attack, and I am left with no insurance, no life insurance, no income, and no savings. I have been evicted from my home of 40 years. My car isn't working, and I have never held a job outside the house. But I will do anything. I will do anything. I just need some help. And I am Carol. I have been living on friends' couches, but I am running out of couches. I have poor health and woke up one morning 8 months ago paralyzed. I lost my job, have no savings, and I am living on $280 a month. $280 a month, plus the tolerance of friends. I have applied for disability, but the process is confusing, time-consuming, and incredibly frustrating. Please, please help me. I am tired and I am lost. So, I am Cynthia and Lydia and Linda and Carol, but so are you. If you have never been homeless, it might be hard to imagine. But imagine if it was you. You lost your health, your income, your home, your partner, your savings. What would you do? Where would you go? What would you do? The uncertainty, the fear, the disillusionment, the struggle, the instability, the loss of dignity. It is surreal, as no one ever expects to be homeless. What would you do? Where would you go? What would you do? Heart of Taos. HEART stands for hope, empowerment, advocacy, respect, and transitional housing. However, our organization represents so much more. But what does Heart of Taos mean? For Cynthia, the health professional, and Nosy, her dog, it meant assistance with immediate needs. It meant warm clothes and food and gas and a safer place to park her van. And within a week, she was found safe housing in a private room in the home of a HEART private housing partner. A private housing partner is a community solution where someone opens their home for a woman transitioning out of homelessness. This will keep her out of a group shelter or just a motel room. For Cynthia, it also meant reemployment within 3 months of her in her profession, and then housing in a rental of her own. She enjoyed choosing furnishings and household goods from the generous community donations. She hopes to someday herself provide someone else with a safe place to transition out of homelessness. For Carol, the couch surfer, it meant getting into a temporary home in a motel with a kitchenette. She has since received a grant assisting her with rent in a place of her own for the next 2 years. She's moved in just before Christmas. Imagine that kind of blessing. And now looks nothing like that beaten down woman pleading for help. For Linda, the widow, it meant temporary housing with a crock pot and a mini fridge until she could get her car repaired and start her first job. She is now happily living in a rental with the assistance of HEART, who provides all of the security deposits, and HEART also keeps very good working relationships with landlords who are willing to give the women another chance. For Lydia, the young mother, it meant a fresh start, that fresh start she was looking for. She got help with replacing her ID and then transitional safe housing. She was then able to rent on her own long-term a casita for herself, for her son, and for that Siamese cat. She has made friends in Taos and found support through HEART, meal gatherings, and the Empowerment Circle. She is now working full-time. So HEART has a message for Taos. We are all Linda and Lydia and Cynthia and Carol. And we cannot continue to do this without your support. Please help us with your generosity. We can together diminish homelessness in many ways: by joining Team HEART, by becoming a private housing partner, by donating services, furniture, and household goods, by attending these HEART events and supporting our sponsors, by buying those raffle tickets sold here tonight, by spreading the word of HEART to your friends and family about how they can help. And most of all, if you perceive a need in someone you know, please make them aware of our services. We rely entirely on community backing to provide emergency assistance, housing, and support services for some of the most vulnerable members of our community. for our homeless, women, their children and pets. We are all heart. Thank you.